Two Reviews here, man. Welcome back to another beautiful day, another beautiful video. Y'all see it, man. Everybody got the cars out today, man. Finally got that one day. You know, finally got a 57-degree day. So cars are out. Everybody, you know, windows down, tops off, all that good stuff. Welcome back to another video, man. Y'all see the topic. Y'all see the title. Y'all see what we're gonna be talking about today. I want to give a quick shout out to Racer X. He actually did a video on this, and it kind of it kind of intrigued me. You know, he made some valid points, and I kind of just want to talk about those points, give my opinion, and go from there. But at the end of the day, beautiful, absolutely beautiful day. So you know, any opportunity to get the car out, no work, doors off, doors on, windows down. Y'all get what I'm saying, man. Gonna go pull up to a little spot real quick, do a little walk around video. Again, talking about lot rot, so let's hop into it. Alrighty, y'all. So I figured we probably, you know, let's just get this video crack-a-lacking, you know. Y'all see what we're gonna be talking about today, man. Talking about lot rot. Again, man, huge shout out to Racer X. You know, been following his content, his you know, YouTube channel for a little bit. You know, started off with the Hellcat, went to the Mustang, now he's on the Demon. Had a little bit of, you know, WRX STI content in there, but you know, stand-up guy, and you know, he was the first I kind of seen talk about you know, this issue. Ooh, got a little bit of a crack-a-lack right there. I've seen talk about this issue, so I just want to, again, not do anything crazy, just kind of give my you know, give my opinion on it, because I think it's a serious issue that dealerships are gonna have to face, if not now, soon. No shocker to anybody right now. Between Mopars, the Hellcats, the Scat Packs, Charger, Challenger, Durangos, anything 6.4 liter or above. My dealership specifically hasn't gotten any, you know, many 5.7s. If they do come, they're usually used. It's no shocker, no surprise to anybody that these vehicles are just sitting on lots for a long period of time. Turnover for any, you know, vehicle ideally is ASAP, you know, as soon as possible. Anybody, you know, no dealership wants vehicles sitting on their lot, because they have to, of course, pay, you know, the floor room plan on whatever that vehicle is. You know, maybe I'll make another, you know, video talking about that, explaining that, going into more depths of what that would mean and how that kind of costs dealerships more than people realize. It's not like these dealerships just have these vehicles for free. It's like they pay almost as if they're renting them, you know, to the manufacturer. But that's neither here nor there. I just want to talk about the effects and what that is going to, more or less, what that's going to mean for people who are buying these vehicles after having them sit on the lot for 90, 100, 120, you know, sitting on these lots for 3-4 plus months, even going on 200, 250 days. My dealership has had a Hellcat, specific one. It is a slim body. I would say probably close to a year we've had that vehicle. No action, no movement, no anything. And you got to sit back and think, why? Maybe it might be because of the wide body. It could be the price of the vehicle. It's really hard to say, but you know, the longer that vehicle sits, the more, you know, the higher discount's going to come on it by the dealership. The more issues are going to have, the more issues the vehicle's going to have, whether that's, you know, tires getting flat spots, tires rotting if you're living in an area that has rain, snow. I mean, Northeast PA, we've had all those weathers within the, you know, all that weather within the last, shoot, man, like 3 months. We've had rain, hail, snow, sleet, you name it, dry, warm, humid. So any vehicle is going to have wear and tear, even if it's just sitting on the lot. Make a little quick pit stop. But these vehicles are actually hurting themselves. You know, not voluntary, but batteries, tires, oil, fluids. I had a conversation with somebody one time, and they were like, you know, it doesn't make sense to get a vehicle that is 10 years old with only 5,000 miles, and that's concerning to me for a multitude of reasons, because the vehicle's not driven as it should be, the fluids aren't getting circulated through the motor, stuff's not getting lubed up, more or less, and I think that is really really concerning for someone who's going to go buy a vehicle and instantly have to get new battery, might start having electronic failure, gonna have to get new tires because of any bald spots, any tire rotting. So it's gonna be, man, I haven't heard this car scream like that in a while. Miss it. It's gonna be interesting, but we're almost at the spot soon, y'all. Just gonna pull up real quick, park up, you know, do a little walk around vehicle of the car and everything like that, for those who haven't seen her, and kind of talk more about the effects of lot rot, how that's going to affect the dealership and how that's going to affect consumers. These vehicles, long story short, the vehicles sit on the lot for a longer period of time than inspected. The dealership is going to have to do more maintenance related work, changing batteries, changing tires, fluids, flushing them, all that good stuff. And that's going to ultimately cost the dealerships more money. I know me personally, if I'm going to look at a vehicle and I know that vehicle's been on the lot for 200, 300, you know, let's just call it a year, I'm going to have a lot of questions. I'm going to be, you know, having the tires checked, having the fluids checked, and that's going to ultimately waste dealership time, which ultimately wastes dealership money. So we're about to be there soon. Catch up with y'all in a little bit. Peace. Alright, y'all, here we go. Y'all see the car and everything. Again, let's just continue this conversation about the lot rot and everything like that. Three biggest things I want to hit on: tires, tires, fluids, battery. Probably the three biggest things I want to hit on in my opinion when it's going to come down to this lot rot and what's going to happen with these vehicles. Bald spots of tires. Now customers are going to go on test drives and everything like that, and they're going to feel vibration, right? I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's a suspension component, maybe it's a you know, anything in the world. Well, you know, maybe it's a spring, maybe it's a strut. The last thing that the company's probably, or the dealer's probably going to check is just the tires. Again, ultimately wasting more money, ultimately furthering the discounts on the vehicles like this. So y'all see it, man. Got my Daytona posted up. Apologies for all like the rambling, blambling, you know, sometimes when I just make videos, I just wing it, you know, I have a topic and I kind of just send it. I don't really plan too much around it. So I might repeat certain things, but at the end of the day, it makes you human, right? So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. But, you know, when I had gotten this car, I fortunately didn't have to go with any issues like that. So I got this car about 3 years ago, 2021, around March, April time. And these vehicles were sitting on the lot maybe for 30, 60 days max. So I didn't have to worry about, you know, any tires getting bald spots or anything like that. And I have to worry about batteries getting, I guess, losing their charge and everything like that. Anytime they work at a dealership, you have to deal with snow duty. So you deal with, let's just say, moving the vehicles to and from, that way to get snow plowed. Long story short, vehicles die. These vehicles have so much electrical components in them that they are kind of always working or always on, even though they're off. If you ever go on a dealership, just walk past vehicles, you're gonna hear certain clicking noises. I remember I had this vehicle shut off for about 30 seconds to a minute, and I started hearing this click, 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 zzz, this sort of electrical whirring. It could be, you know, I heard online, it could be door actuators. It could be whatever. I don't even know what it is. Again, I'm not a mechanic, y'all know that. But at the end of the day, these vehicles are always kind of on, even if they're off. So F-150s, Grand Cherokees, you know, especially like the 4xEs and the Power Boost, they have a lot of time, you know, or they have a hard time keeping the charge if they're not being driven every single day. And having the hybrid batteries are key components to these vehicles. So that's kind of what I'm talking about in regards to lot rot. These vehicles kind of just not necessarily deteriorating, but wearing down, going through, you know, test drives, you know, so people being aggressive on the brakes and stuff like that. Longer vehicles at a dealership, the more oftentimes it's going to be test driven. More test drives, I don't think that's for the better, in my honest, humble opinion. I think when people test drive vehicles, a lot of times they're not really even serious about it. So they're heavy on the throttle, heavy on the brake, not avoiding potholes, stuff like that. Again, which is ultimately going to cost the dealership money, because the consumer, the customer, us, are going to want certain things to be completely in check. We're going to make sure that all of our tires have the perfect amount of tread on them. We want to make sure that, you know, they don't have bald spots or anything like that. We want to make sure that the batteries are healthy. We want to make sure that the oil hasn't just been sitting in this vehicle for close to a year, only being turned on to move them when we have snow duty. So these vehicles just sitting is detrimental, in my opinion, to the vehicle itself, which ultimately gives that pushback back to the dealership. Again, we're not going to really blabber on. I mean, I think this video is probably already 10+ minutes. So again, just big shout out to Racer X for kind of talking about the lot rot. This is something that people haven't really even considered thinking about. How are you going to go buy a vehicle that's been sitting on the lot for a year and expect the tires to be 100% okay, the battery to be 100% okay, the oil to be okay? Let's be honest, man. I get this vehicle's oil changed every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, which at that time I was doing it every like 3-4 months. So in a year I could get my oil changed maybe 2-3 times. The oil is just sitting in there, again, not going through the motor, so everything's not getting worked like it should. The way I like to explain that is, you have an athlete, right, who trains, let's just say he trains twice a week for a year. They're going to be better off than someone that trains twice a month. At the end of the day, it's warming the muscles, and at the end of the day, it's warming the components of these vehicles, you know, the vehicle muscles, American muscle, if you will, at that point. So, you know, it's going to come back to haunt us, or haunt back the dealerships. More importantly, Dodge. I think Dodge is kind of doomed in a sense. Ram already slashed their prices. There's rumors of the Mopars, the Dodge, the Challenger, Charger, Durangos having 30-40% price chops. The dealerships are going to be paying for it, and I think that's good on the consumer side. But then again, just watch out. Make sure if you are going to purchase a vehicle, kind of get an idea of how long it's been on the lot for. Make sure they do another inspection. I would even ask the dealership to do an oil change if the vehicle's been there for a year. How do you want a year-old oil, even though it's not getting circulated through the motor and everything? You know, the transmission fluid. You guys get where I'm going at. Something as simple as wiper fluid. I don't want that being just sitting in the vehicles for long periods of time. Maybe I sound crazy, I sound like a nut, but y'all let me know. When people have their vehicles in garages, do they flush the fluids every summer, you know, before they bring them out? Is that the type of precautions, and, you know, is that what people are doing? Y'all let me know, man. At the end of the day, this is my daily driver. Fortunate enough to have this, you know, this bad girl, but I only have one vehicle, so she gets driven every single day. So I don't have to worry about, oh, is the oil coagulating? I don't even know if it does that. Is the battery losing charge? Is the alternator going out? You know, y'all get what I'm saying, man. At the end of the day, just be careful. The prices are going to come down. Just make sure that you do your due diligence and make sure that the dealership does theirs. Make sure that they get it checked out, you know. Have them run a battery test on it. Have them check the tires, because if you feel a little wobbling, again, you're not going to know if it's suspension, the springs, the struts, the links. Who knows? At the end of the day, man, thank y'all so much for watching. Beautiful day out here. Y'all can see we just back in the movie theater. Beautiful day out here, man. Doing a little bit of spirited driving, as y'all seen over there. Not often I take this vehicle and put her in track mode. I think track mode is special, and I like to kind of save that for when I'm riding with the homies, or if I'm doing videos and stuff like that, because I don't always like to beat on this car, but, you know, every once in a while I think she deserves to be driven like that. At the end of the day, man, thank y'all so much for watching. Throw a like if you have not already. Subscribe if you have not already. again, I'm gonna try to do my best, man, getting back to, you know, being consistent. But it's hard to stay motivated out here and be disciplined, but I'm gonna try my best. So at the end of the day, thank y'all so much for watching, man. 392 Reviews checking in, checking out. Peace.